Okay, I think it's working now. Alright. See if it's gonna give me issues. Is that gonna show? There we go. It's really slow. There we go. It's really slow. Sorry, back up. Hello, how's it going? Sorry, I'm just working some stuff out here. Okay. One moment, sorry. Yes, I am alive. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to figure something out here. There's a little bit of a delay, I don't know why. So I'm just going to be drawing a little bit. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to draw. Just want to do a little bit of Fakemon drawing. I do have some megas I'm working on. Maybe I'll switch back and forth between doing those and, you know, just regular Fakemon. But if you have any suggestions, I'm open. Here's some of the megas I'm working on. I'm doing like a, yeah, Flygon stuff and just one moment. I'm sorry, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Sorry, I had to take care of my cat there. So, yeah, so I'm trying to get back into some Fakemon art. It's been a little bit since I drew anything. Sorry, I'm out of breath now. Okay. So I'm just gonna work on some design here. Let me just turn some stuff off here. There we go. So here's a design I kind of have. I want to do like a kind of like an X and Y variant of Flygon. So here's like a Y version or whatever. It's supposed to be like a tornado kind of design with bigger wings. I might redo it a little bit. It's still a little bit. I've never been too great at poses and stuff. So I might draw it in a different pose. Maybe keep the design the way it is, but maybe tweak it a little. But we'll see. And there's another one I want to work on that's going to be like the color scheme, the blue and the gray. It'll be more like a trimmer design, if that makes any sense. I'm not entirely sure. Gonna move that here. So let's see. I'm not entirely sure what pose I should put it in. That's what I want to start with. I'm just thinking here. My concept art isn't the best. Just thinking what I should do here. Because I want it to look at least like it's lines up with the original design. It makes sense, you know. Get the proportions right. That's something I struggle with, is proportions and poses and stuff like that. So how's everybody doing? Just trying to figure out how to put the hands. Let's see. Kind of want this design to be a little sleeker. Where's that? There it is. Oops, wrong thing. Huh. No. I want to give this design a little bit of more of like a predatory kind of look. A little bit more intimidating. To kind of contrast with this design here. His hands are more like triangles, so. I'll get it. I need to figure out what kind of pose I like too, because it's just. Let me figure out. Trying to figure out the position and stuff of the face and. Just make it line up with the original design enough to make it believable, you know. So I guess the mouth will be a little bit further down. It's too bulky. I want it to have more of a bug look. More like a dragonfly kind of thing. I don't know if that looks good. Yeah, I'll keep working on it. Let's see. I don't know. That looks horrendous. Sorry if I'm not too talkative. I don't usually stream, so I'm not entirely sure what to say. Oops, I messed that up. It might not make sense anyway, like this. There we go. Yeah, I messed that up a little bit. There we go. That's better. Maybe. I already don't like it, but I'm going to keep going with it a little bit here. Just see if I can, I don't know, try to salvage the design a little bit. Take that down. More bulky like that, or rounded, I mean. Huh. I don't know. Let me see here. No. Stumped here. I don't know. I'm not the best at recreating designs based on other designs. Like if I draw something once, I can't redraw it. I'm not good at that. I don't know why. Ugh. Maybe that's not it. Maybe I need to rethink this here. Let me see here. Just trying to get that shape right. Huh. Just wonder what kind of pose I should put it in. Let me see. I'm so stumped right now. I think I'm going to move on to something else. Get back to some designs here. There we go. If I'm stumped on something, I just move on, you know. I'll come back to that later. So I'm doing a little starter here. It's supposed to be like a little brown bear or black bear. His name is Cub Sprout. And it's supposed to be based on a little black bear with kind of like a Boy Scout kind of theme, you know, or Scouts. And I'm actually working on a different region here based on Pennsylvania, where I live. And potentially the grass starter. I think he's cute. Just want to draw him in a different pose just to give him a little bit more personality. Maybe I could tweak some things about it, I don't know. Oops. Give me a second for him here. Man, I am rusty. I don't know, does the ball shape look okay, or should I give it a more of a body like this? Like two-segmented body, or whatever you call that. Guess I could try both, I don't know. Let me try something else here. Okay. Should work on the fire starter. I don't know what to base it on. So if anybody has any suggestions what the fire starter should be, it's supposed to be a Pennsylvania-based region. I'm open to suggestions. Hmm. I don't know if I like that. I think it's cute. I don't know if that's too thick. Let's try that again. Hmm. I think it's a little too generic with the mouth, but I don't know. Kind of fits. Maybe I'll try something else with that. Hmm. Hmm. Looks okay. No, it's a little off. That's a little better. Sorry if I'm flipping back and forth like that. I know it's disorienting. I don't know if I have those in the right place, the arms. There we go. Yeah, I think it's okay. Let's see here. No, should be up a little bit more, I would think. Maybe it's too much. Guess it's okay. Oops, what did I do? Oh, I totally messed that up. That arm needs to be higher. Oops. Or maybe that one needs to be lower. Yeah, probably. About there. That's okay. I don't know, does that look good? I think it does. One moment. Alright, sorry about that. Let's see. My little cup sprout. I don't know. I like the first design because the eyes, it gives it a little bit more character. But that's my fault for not understanding my own design. And the eye should have been further apart in the first place. Let's cover that up there. There we go. That's a little better. I don't know. Oh, why is that not working? One moment. I don't know why that was paused. How do I go to the end of it? How do I go live? No, how do I go to the... Let me just exit out of that and go back to it. Try that. Oh my gosh. I didn't even see people were responding. I'm so sorry. That was weird. I'm looking at all these chat messages. I'm so sorry for not responding. Boy. It wasn't updating on my thing, and I was looking at it. All it was showing was like 2 messages up until I just looked at it again. I have it on a second screen so I can monitor chat, and something goofed with my, I don't know if it was OBS or something, I don't know, but it got paused. I didn't pause it, did I? I must have paused it. And I am so sorry for not looking at that. I feel so bad. Yeah, people were like, oh boy. Yeah, maybe a fire type bat would be good. I'm so sorry for not responding. Like I said, it was only showing 2 messages on there, and I literally just updated everything. I hope that's coming through. Is that even showing on there? Okay. Aw. Now I get to see your messages. I'm sorry, Abram. Let me look here. I know you said you needed to get off, so but if you ever watch this, I'm gonna upload this to my channel after it's over. Man, I feel really bad about that. I'm so sorry. So let me just look at your messages now. I wonder if that's something I did. I don't know if I just like had it paused for too long. And it just wasn't updating with your messages. Porcupine. Okay. Like a porcupine. I think I plan on doing a porcupine, but like for like an electric type, not like a Pikachu clone, but just like an early route kind of design. Man, I wish it was working properly. I would have been able to respond to your comments in real time. I'm so sorry. I feel really bad. Hopefully everything's up to date. Let me restart that. Try again. No, it's still like that. Okay. Alright, back to work here. Excuse me. So... Okay, I don't know if I like the new one. I do like this one here. This little guy. So based on your suggestion, I might do a bat. Let's try that. So what is it? Yeah, it's really behind the stream, or the... Takes about like 30 seconds for it to catch up. I hope my mic's coming in okay. Just looking at your suggestions here, just to... for anybody watching this in the future after I upload it, if you can comment, maybe any suggestions you have. Also, if anybody knows how to fix the issue with chat not updating, that'd be really nice. Or I can look it up later. I'll figure something out. I'm still new to this, so it's a little bit over my head. So, okay. What do I want to draw? I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try the fire bat idea. Oops, wrong thing. I also want to make it kind of like all three of the starters seem like they're part of a pair, or part of a trio. So the designs kind of fit together in some way. So let's do a bat. Maybe like a mine bat, because like I know Pennsylvania is known for like mining and because that's part of the theme of the region too. It's like mine. Like I already have a big story written out, and most of the mons on it are already planned out, not drawn, but actually. 1 second here. I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm going to shut that part off real quick. Do I have those on here? I don't think I have them on this computer. I might have them on my tablet. But I have some ideas drawn out. Yeah, I don't think I have them on here. I have like a Liberty Bell kind of idea designed. Let me look here. I can show you guys the region. It's not done. I'm still working on it. Oh, I can't open it. Failed to open canvas. Okay, whatever. So let me see here. Where's that at? Oh, that's the old one. That's for my other account. Okay, let me get that back up here. Still recording. Okay, I gotta check something real quick. Oh yeah, we're good. Okay. Where'd that go? There we go. Okay, let's see if that works. Yeah, I wish I could share some of the designs I already have. Like I said, I have like a bell, and then I have what's it called? A fish, like a bluegill, but it's gonna be more like a lure instead of a bluegill. So it'll be like a fake fish. But I saw someone else kind of came up with the idea, and already posted it, so I don't feel like maybe I shouldn't post that. Come up with a different idea. One second here. Alright. You know, that design kind of looks too close to that other design I had. What was the design for that old region, that Australian region I had? I want to do something different. Maybe like a coal mining theme, I guess. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. So maybe like give it like a hot coal on its head to light the way. Let's see if that's updating. Yeah, it's still okay. Something I like to do too in my starters. I like to do, I don't know if, I guess other designs do that too. I'm pretty sure they do. So I like to do like a bulky kind of shaped mon, one that's more rounded and one that's like triangular in shape. Not entirely in shape, but like the patterns and stuff. To keep them different, but you know. So they're not all just like round body like that. So they're more like this. So he's my round guy. So maybe it doesn't have to be, I guess it doesn't have to be like that. It can be like an upside down triangle for a bat. Let's try that, because that seems to work with that kind of creature. What am I doing? It's horrendous. Okay. I'm just playing with the design real quick. It's not going to look great. I already hate it. Just thinking. So like a... It's gonna be like a coal on its forehead. I don't know. Maybe just like a little flame on its forehead. I don't want it to be flying. I don't know. So maybe not a bat. Maybe something else. But the coal mine idea, like theme, seems to work. I like that idea. So let me just think here. So I can do this. The grass starters like a scout. So it's going to be like a scout that turns into, eventually becomes a ranger, like a forest ranger. And then I guess the bat can be, I don't know. I gotta think about that. The water type I want to be like an engineer kind of thing. Just let me look. I have some stuff written down. Let me look here. Where's that at? That's not it, is it? No. So those are old ideas, I think. Yeah. 2025. There we go. Why is it that? Huh. I did have ideas for that. I forgot about that. Oh, I'm already doing a bat. And I like that idea, so maybe not a fire bat, because they already have like an early route bat. I kind of had the idea that it's supposed to be like, you know how Black and White did the whole like reboot kind of idea, where it was just like Mons that were from that region. So this is going to be like similar to that. I'm just looking at some of my other ideas I had. See if I want to try drawing those first. So I always wanted a bear for the grass starter. Either a bear or a wolf. But I have for the fire starter, I had a bull. Maybe I'll work with that, I don't know. But the water, I have an Eastern Hellbender. Salamander kind of idea. And so they have like this, what is it? They're known for swimming in like clean streams and stuff like that. They're very susceptible to getting sick, I guess, if the water's too polluted, or even if there's like a little bit of pollution. I'm not entirely sure about that. But they're known for, swimming in really clear, clean water. And the idea I had for the salamander, the water starter, would be, it works as like a healing kind of mon that would be kind of like, I don't know, nurse themed or whatever. Something like that. I'm still working with the idea. So let's do the fire starter here. Let's try doing like a square shape for that one. So let's do like a bull, like a furnace bull or ox or whatever. It's like a furnace. What was I doing? Oh, I selected the wrong brush. What was I doing? I can't remember. Oh. Okay. Just one moment here. Oops. Something happened. What's that? Huh. Okay. Just looking at references, sorry. Okay. Sorry about all the dead air here. I'm just Okay, I think I'm... Yeah, let me try that. I don't know what I'm doing. Hmm. Huh. Kind of at a loss. This is why I don't draw as often as I used to. My creativity is kind of dried up, you know. Life will do that to you. I wanted to look something up and I can't remember what it was. What was I looking up? Huh. Now I don't remember. I can't remember what it was. Typical. Something to do with this, right? Oh, no, I know what it was. Okay. It's another design. I'll bring that back up in a second here. I'm just gonna try to find that. I don't know what I had it on. Was it on this? It must have been on this. Either this or the other thing. Might be this thing here. No, that's an old one. I got that off for now. It's just because I don't want to spoil some of my designs that I have on here. Not that it matters. Where is that? Did I delete it? I must have deleted it. Why would I do that? Darn it. Yeah, go away. Just looking through some of my old designs for inspiration. I'm going to show some of my old designs here in a second. I kind of scrapped this project and I'm moving back to my other stuff. Let me get this back up here. There we go. So I started another account a while back, what, like 2 years ago? A year or two ago? I don't remember. But it was what was it? Fakemon Workshop. And I kind of wanted to step away from the Merrick's 20 account for a while because just a lot of stuff going on with that as far as like, I don't know, I kind of wanted to reinvent myself but didn't pan out too well. I think I got a bunch of people upset when I did this fake leaks a while back. Kind of like ruined my reputation a little bit, you know. I kind of feel bad about that, but, you know. So this is Not what I wanted. One moment, I gotta try something here. Okay, sorry. So, I have a Fakemon on my Fakemon Workshop account. It's a Scribbit. I don't think he's on here. This is the original design, or one of the original designs for Scribbit. Here's my little football slug. It was like a slug mixed with... It was like a slug and a snail. I don't know if that's the original design. I can't remember. Here's my little deer buddy, whatever he is. A little cat. I have this design, or I have an idea for a Fakemon for my new region. It's going to be a cat, but like a confused cat. So it's going to be like, I have a name for it. It's called Perplexed. Is it Perplexed? I think it's that. I don't remember. And that's what this one was. Where is that? That cat. One of these cats here. Doesn't look too confused. Ew. That's ugly. I was also doing an alien thing. I have a little alien design I want to do. It's not this. This is just early idea. But it was going to be acorn shaped like this. Based on, I think it's Kecksville or Kecksburg or something. I don't remember. Kecksburg, Pennsylvania. And let me think here. So, like back in when was that? 1965. Whenever a supposed UFO crashed in Kecksburg. I had an idea that I wanted to do like an acorn shaped kind of alien design, something like this, but turning into like a more menacing kind of alien. So there's that. So early designs from my other account. A little raccoon that digs up garbage. Here's some of my other designs here. This was supposed to be... Let me turn that off. This was a little dude. He's one of my... I love this design. It's so simple, but it's really... I just like it. It was supposed to turn into a furnace. Actually, let me open that up. What designs? Try to find that. Here it is. That's what it was supposed to turn into, like a brick furnace thing. And I didn't like the design. I had two designs for that. So let me look for that. Might actually be in here. No, it's not. Old? Oh, those are old. Oh. Yeah, I don't... Right here. This one's more... I don't know. They're just... Yeah. They're kind of blah. My little cave troll thingy. And I was working on a second form here. I suppose I have its like face covered and eyes covered with like a giant eyebrow. Gonna turn that off here. What else do I have on here? Yeah, it's supposed to be like a weird groundhog. A little moose. And what else is on here? This is one of my favorite designs. I like that. It's based on a Stellar's J. I don't remember its name. There's some early designs of my bear starter on Fakemon Workshop. It's a reference. I'll just get rid of that. I don't need that. What else do I have here? Oh, yeah. This was supposed to be a second form of where is he? This dude here. The idea I had for this, it was supposed to, like, if it was like they drilled down like an elevator, and the eye, the green in the eye would like shift, like it would be down here if it was like going downwards, and you know, up if it was like ascending. And this is supposed to be like it was on like a, what do you call that? Like a cable that would draw itself up, and then the last one, the final, would have been like a bee that you would like ride up and down like an elevator. I never got around to it. I kind of scrapped that idea. I might revisit that in the future. Okay, enough of that there. I'll get that off of there. No. Okay. This little guy. What was it? I based it on something. I can't remember. I think it was a weasel. And the tail was supposed to be like a hand. It eventually turned into like a hand design. Like, let me check the old one. Should have been on here. Yeah, like this. It was supposed to be like that, but like redesigned, and it turned into a hand. I wasn't crazy about that design. What else do I have here? Variants. I got a lot of variants here. A lot. 3. So, yeah. Those are okay. I don't know. What else do I have on here? These were cute. I like these designs. Like, I ultimately changed them to what they are now. These things here. Actually, no, not those ones. These ones. Which I like a lot better. I know this design, the eyes are kind of weird. They're a little bit too close together. The face is too round. Let me get rid of that there. Sorry, I'm just trying to get inspiration. I'm looking through my old stuff here. I wonder if that shows up on there. Hold on. Just 1 second, sorry. How long have I been on? 1 hour. Okay. Okay, it doesn't show. That's weird. Okay, what was I doing? Ah, here we go. Get these ones open here. I got a lot of designs here. I forgot all about these. There's an old design. The one region I was working on, I was supposed to be axe and arrow. And so, that one design I'll show you guys in a second. It was supposed to be an elk. That's right. 1 second here. Got a lot of these. Okay, I'm not gonna look through them all. I can close that. Which one's this? I can close that. There we go. I don't like that name. I like that design. I don't like the name. It was this one. 1 second. Little doggy. What else did I have on here? Yeah, I was gonna do a dog, an iguana, and a bird. These guys. The mouth doesn't look right. I think it looks kind of dumb. Oh, there's a lot on here. Holy crap. Let me turn that layer off here. Just look through. A little pig. That's cute, I guess. Some water bear. There's no real direction with that. I like the pose though. I'm not really great at poses, but I was kind of proud of that because it's kind of scratching its head. Little salamander dude. It's supposed to be like a fire. Not a salamander, but a newt. Little bear. Do I have that on here? There's a design I made that I really like, and I think I might go with it. It's a bear with like a bushy hair head, and it eventually would turn into like a football helmet. I don't have it on here to show you. What is that? It's supposed to be like a turtle or something. Little cave troll dude. No, that's what it was. Okay. I was doing like a caveman kind of iguana. Little bird. Now I'm doing like a ruffed grouse kind of thing. And they're known for, the males at least, are known for drumming on their belly. They don't drum on their belly. They what do they do? They flap their wings really fast, and it sounds like they're drumming, or it sounds like, if you've ever heard those, it sounds like a car starting, or a truck. If you're in the woods, and you don't know if you've never heard that before, it's really spooky. But that's what this was gonna be. It's gonna be like a, kind of goes with that idea with them drumming. I guess they call it drumming. And it's gonna have like a drum on its belly. Okay, that's it for that thing there. Let me look at these ones. Yeah, little what are they called? We call them woolly worms. I don't know what other people call them. That's cute. I forgot about that. What else do I have here? I don't know what these are. I don't even know. Sometimes I write things I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's a firefly. That's what this is going to be. I didn't realize until I got done with this one. Excuse me. So after I finished with this design, the bug, I didn't realize until after I was already done with shading and everything, it looks like the Pringles guy. But eventually turns into this guy. I like this design, but it's too close to, what's his name? Vecavolt, whatever it is. I think that's what I was going for. But it was going to be fire type. I don't know. I kind of like the design. I think it looks cool. Needs some work though. What was I doing with that? I think right there I was trying to make it look, give it a closed wing design. I don't know what I'm doing. What did I do? Yeah, I do like that design a lot. I might revisit that. I might go back and look at that. What is that? I forgot about that guy. That was a groundhog. Kind of weird looking. What else do I have? Yeah, these are just basically concepts for this dude. What else do I have? Those went nowhere. Guess they didn't go nowhere. Ooh. What was that? There's this guy. I don't have a name for him. I don't even need that. What was on there? Oh, it's just like references. Okay. Nah, it's okay. I won't save that. What do I have here? This is supposed to be like a... What do they call it? Like a tick. And the idea I had for this one was, like, I was making a bat design. This guy. And it would bite the nose. I made the mouth kind of in the shape of the nose, and it would, like, bite onto the nose. There's a disease that bats get. It's a big problem in Pennsylvania, where they get this like weird nose thing. I forget what they call it, but their nose gets like white, and it's some kind of like parasite, I think. And so that's where this idea goes. But I want it to turn like a fire type into an ice type, and so this little thing was supposed to be like an ice type. It's another scrapped idea. What was I doing? I like this one. This one was cute. It's like wrapped up in its own wings. Making a sickly looking bat there. This was supposed to be like, what are they called? Earwigs. And I had the idea that it would like kind of double as like a bracelet for people. I don't know why. It would like wrap around your arm. Where was I? Concepts. Here we go. Oops. There we go. I don't know what I was thinking with this one. This is supposed to be like a woolly worm. He's cute. I like this one. Let's see. What is this one? A little blue jay I designed. Sorry. This is back when I was messing around with AI when it first came out. Trying to draw inspiration from that, and that kind of ruined my brain a little bit. That's one of the worst things you can do if you're trying to design stuff. I like this guy, he's cute. But yeah, a while back, I think I kind of ruined my creativity a little bit by doing that, because I was running out of ideas, and I'm like, I gotta figure something out. And it made it worse, made the problem worse. So yeah, if you think about using AI for anything like that, it's a bad idea. You're stealing from artists. And I mean, not directly or intentionally, but that's what happens. Kind of. Yeah, I really don't want to get into that. But wait, nuts. Hi. What's so creative? Which one? Sorry. Is it something I already got rid of here? I'll have to bring it back up. The bat. Let me see here. Let me try to get back to that. What file was it? Was it this one? Oh, there's the old one. This one. This one here. Oops. I'm so sorry. I know, it's cool. You know, I'm happy to have people, no matter if they join at the beginning or at the end. It's fine. Completely cool. Yeah, I wanted to do kind of like a sickly looking bat at first, but then I decided, why should it be sick in the first place, in the beginning stage? These are some of the designs I had for it in the beginning. Am I gonna participate in? Am I gonna participate in Faketober? Nah. I don't usually do that. Like lately, my creativity's kind of dried up, you know, and I've been struggling with that. So, but yeah, here's some unknown designs. I don't even know where these were going. But yeah, I've been kind of busy, so I don't really get a lot of time to draw anymore. And then, like I said, when I want to draw, I'm at a loss. I mean, I used to love drawing, and I still love drawing, but it's just, not as easy as it used to be to get back into. Yeah, I totally get that. Yeah, it's difficult coming up with stuff anymore. Yeah, I'll have to look into that. I've never really done stuff like that. I'm not really into doing trends and stuff like that. Not trends. What would you call that? I guess it counts as a trend or something. Hi, how's it going? See, I'm just doing some drawings here for anybody joining. For the last half hour, I've just been going over old designs and stuff. And this is one of my newer ones here. I don't like that one. So yeah, I'm doing a Pennsylvania type region, or based region, and I'm working on designs for that. Just going over some stuff there. Oh, thank you. Yeah, what was that? What was that region that I did, where I had some people help work on it? It was that Australian region, I think. That was a while ago. That was a few years ago. Yeah, that didn't pan out too well. I was gonna do a game and everything, but yeah. I was actually working with what's that called? Fake Pokemon Essentials on RPG Maker, and I was working on it for over a year, and I was making some progress. And just everything fell apart with that. But maybe one day in the future I'll try that again. One second. Oh, which ones did you make? Hang on. I lost a lot of those files too. Oops, something happened. Sorry. One moment. I have to reload that. One second. Yeah, so a lot of those designs I lost. What was that? I think it was Arena. I lost a lot of my files a few years ago, and those were included. So I had to re-download them from DeviantArt. Oh yeah, those were cool. I love those. Those are a couple of my favorite designs here. I kind of went off a little bit with it, but yeah, this guy, and let me look here. This one, and the toads. So like I said, I had to re-download those designs off of DeviantArt because I lost a good portion of all my old Fakemon designs. Yeah, those are cool. I like these designs. They're cute. Yeah, I don't think I have the originals here. Let me look. 1 second here. I was able to salvage some of the, or I was able to like save some of the designs. I had to download a thing to help. What do you call it? Salvage some of the old stuff. Because I guess what happens when you delete stuff permanently, it still sits in your computer for a short amount of time. So I was able to save some stuff, but not everything. No, they're pretty cool. I like them. I'd like to do something like that in the future, you know, with designs and stuff. But then what happened was someone got my email and sent me a it was a fake cease and desist, but at the time I didn't know. And it was around the time where Nintendo was taking down emulator sites. It was around the same exact time. I think it was like right after that. They were taking down that one emulator site. And then I got a supposed cease and desist telling me to whatever. And so I posted something on DeviantArt saying I'm no longer going to work on it. And that kind of scared me enough, but turns out it wasn't what I thought it was. So I might actually revisit that, because I've been thinking about going back to that and doing some updates and stuff with that region. Let me look here. I still have some of that stuff here. Yeah, it's pretty lame. Yeah, I think I used to have DeviantArt used to have like a portfolio thing. I don't know if they still do. And my email was on it. And I think that's how I got my email, pretty sure. And so they sent me what looked like a legitimate cease and desist. I went back later on. I don't even think I have the email anymore. If I can find it, doesn't matter. That was a long time ago. Okay, let me see here. I'm just looking something up here. I never even finished that region. Yeah. I was thinking about going back to it, because there's still some designs I want to update, and some that I want to add to, like my one design. What is it? Where's it at? The bad idea. This guy, Screebat, and I was gonna make him. I wanted to do like a swarm form or whatever, kind of like with what Wishy Washy does. Make a bigger bat. I have some designs for it, but I don't have them on my new computer here. I like this design though. Yeah, for now I'm working on just a Pennsylvania-based region. It's where I'm from, so. I have all kinds of ideas for that. And I did have some designs already made for the region, but I wanted to go a different route. So I have like a little iguana dude here. I'm not crazy about the design. So I don't know. I had like a pirate theme for this, but so it doesn't really fit with anything in Pennsylvania. I'm sure I could make it fit. I don't know. But with the current starter lineup I have, or have ideas for, I want to have it like. So this is like a little Boy Scout, or just like a scout. Bear. His name is Cub Sprout. I have a design that's already Cub Sprout. It's like a wolf, but I decided I wanted to reuse that name. I like that name, so. And he'll eventually turn into like a forest ranger bear. Oh, thank you. Which ones? These ones? Oh, I got rid of it, sorry. Oops. And now I don't know where it went. I can show you guys some other ideas I had here. Goats and stuff. This is going to be the starter of a different region. I had this like thing that I had years ago. I wanted to do like kind of like a new island kind of exploration idea where there were no cities or towns or anything like that, or trainers. It was just like all wildlife, and it was going to be like that, and this was going to be like one of the mons that you take with you. It's a goat. What else do I have here? Let's see. Did I show these already? I think I showed these already, but I don't think anybody was watching. Let me see. Yeah, it's like a Firefly idea. And a Pringles guy. Let me see here. So I'm just gonna work on a design here. Oops. Sorry, 1 second here. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure something out here. I'm still trying to figure out something. I can't think about what to draw here. I wanted to do like a bull, kind of like a furnace bull, like it would be on the chest or something. And I'm just trying to think about how to go about that. I can give it horns, I guess. Oops. Ooh. That's why I like that feature. You can flip it back and forth so you can figure out if it looks good or if it makes sense. Ew. Can't figure that out. I don't want to go that direction. Let's try doing this. One second. We try to. That looks more like a pig than a bull, though. I guess once I flesh it out a little bit more, it'll make more sense. I don't know where I'm going with this yet. Definitely don't want to do a pig. Let me see. No. So I guess making... I don't know. Giving it, like, horns. Looks too much like a pig, but let's see where I can get it. No, I don't like that. Let's try something else. Oops. Now let's go to my megas here. I have some mega designs I want to work on again here. One second. Here we go. Where's that at? So I gotta make a Diglett. Or Dugtrio, sorry. I'm not finished with it. I'm gonna add to it a little bit. Doesn't look great. Where's that at? It's not it. Where is it? This is horrendous. I hate it. It doesn't even look like... It's supposed to be a mega mill tank, but it's not great. A little bit boring. Let's see. I also have a mega flag on here. Or, oh, there we go. I forgot about that. This didn't turn out the way I wanted it. I wanted this, the Gigalith, I wanted it to be like, kind of like a nuclear reactor kind of idea. Or not, no, what do you call that? Like a smokestack. But it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. And I'm not great at complex designs. I'm more, you know, I do better with like curvier designs or like designs of like basic designs and stuff. But like the more complex, the more trouble I have. And that probably comes down to me not drawing enough. Or not practicing enough with that kind of stuff. So I gotta make a Flygon here. It's supposed to be like a tornado. Oops, that's not one I wanted to turn off there. There we go. So I'm working on a second one here. It's gonna be a little bit more sleeker, like a sleeker design. And with these colors. I'm really struggling here. I'm struggling for a pose though. I'm just trying to think. I have, which one is it? Right there. But I don't like that pose. One second, sorry. Okay, sorry. All right. No. I'm gonna tweak this one a little bit later. I don't know if I'm doing it today. Just gonna figure out what pose I want this one in. It's gonna be like this. Kind of like that design. It's gonna be skinnier and more like a hunter, you know? Hmm. Hmm. 1 second. Okay. Hmm. Okay. I don't know if I like that part. I don't know. Hmm. Ooh, no. What's that about? Just try something here. Hmm. That's throwing me off a little bit. There we go. Oh, sorry. Hit my knee. Ah. Hmm. Hmm. No. I am the worst when it comes to posing. To poses and stuff. Like if you've seen my other art, you can tell that the poses I do are very either generic or not super dynamic. They're just like basic. So that's something I really struggle with. So I'm really struggling to figure out what pose this guy's going to be in. Oh yeah, absolutely. Posing's like the worst three. Posing and names. I'm not the greatest with names either. But you know, I want to make something kind of menacing looking with this. Not super menacing, but also I want it to be like a predator, like a desert predator kind of idea. Almost like a big dragonfly kind of thing. So I want this design to be like sleeker. Kind of like that. Not super sleek, but like true to the original design. I want it to make sense. Make it look like a mega. Yeah, it's just something a lot of people struggle with. I think references are good to use. Sometimes it's hard to find a good reference too, you know. Oh, thank you. I try. Yeah, I'm doing this idea. 1 second, sorry. Oh, cool. Do you have an Instagram? Do I already follow you? One second here, sir. Let me check. I might actually follow that. Let me check here. I have 2 profiles. Let me look here. Oops. To use my phone here. Oops. 1 second, I'm sorry. Just a moment. Just looking up your Instagram here. Just want to look here. Oh, cool. No, I don't watch you for some reason. Hold on. I've seen your stuff. Yeah, very neat. I thought I followed you back on my other account here. Let me look. So I'm not super active with yeah, just give you a follow here. Oh, dude, that's cool. I like the your region there. That's pretty neat. Oh, that's clever. I like your kangaroo things. Those are pretty cool. I'm a big fan of kangaroos. That's cute. I like the. It was that look with your. What is that? Stoast. Is that like a rolling pin on the tail? That's pretty cool. That's cute. Yeah, I'm trying to be more active on some social medias here. I'm not very I don't have a good track record when it comes to posting or being on anything, you know. But I like to follow people and look at their stuff, you know. Let's see. I'm not crazy about this design right here, the one I'm doing with flag on. I don't know. But no, I saw the. Let me see here. Sorry. Yeah, your poses, the poses that you do with your stuff seem really good. They make sense and they're fun. They look fun. But like, if you look here, my little guy, I have this issue where when I draw something, it's very, very difficult for me to redraw it. I'm sorry. No, yeah, I get that. You know, there's just, I think a lot of the time too, a lot of, if you've noticed, like a lot of artists and stuff are getting into Fakemon designs too, or doing their own thing. And it just becomes, I don't want to use the word saturated because that sounds kind of negative. It's really nice that, you know, a lot more artists and stuff are getting into Fakemon designs, but that also leads to a little bit of an overabundance. It's not a bad thing, but it's just, it gets harder to be noticed when there's just so many other designs out there and so many great artists, you know, and it's just hard to I guess, you know, it's hard to stick out sometimes, even if your art's great. You know, you can be, I've seen so many artists out there that are phenomenal. They do a great job, but they have like little viewership and they have a hard time getting out there. It's just kind of like hit or miss, you know. But yeah. Yeah, I've been doing this for since I was like 18. And then I stopped doing it for a long, long time. Just life gets in the way, and then, You know, I'm sure if I kept up with it, I don't know. Just look at your comment here. Yeah, when it comes to like reposing and stuff like that, sometimes what I'd like to do, I'll draw like lines and stuff. Like I'll do stuff like this. Hold on. Like this. And kind of like try to box it in a little bit just to, oops. Trying to make sense of what I'm trying to say here. So I'll make like a kind of like a line thing here just to have an idea of where to place things again. I'm not sure if I'm making any sense with that here. But sometimes that helps. And sometimes, like when I'm redrawing something nowadays, I try not to be try not to think about it too much. That's something I've always struggled with. I think about it way too much, and I'm like, oh, does this make sense? This looks dumb, and or this doesn't match up with that. Just don't think about it too much and just do it, you know? And worry about details later. Yeah, I forget what I learned. I think I saw someone else doing that, and I'm like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I forget who it was. But like, yeah, that helps a little bit. When redoing stuff. Also, if you're doing like a form of another like existing design, what I like to do is one second here, I'll show an example. I'm gonna shut these layers off here. Where's that at? There we go. Like say Flygon. I'll lower the opacity on the original design, and just in order to understand, this is just me. I know it, I guess other people do it too, but in order to understand how the design works and what shapes it uses, I'll lower the opacity and put a layer over it. And kind of just like outline the basic design, the basic shapes of it, so I have a better idea of how to go about my design. Kind of like that. Something like this. This is quick. This is quick and sloppy, so it's not. But you know, you don't have to make it crazy good. It just has to be a basic understanding of the outline. Turn that layer off like that, just so you have a basic idea of how it works, or how the shape works. And that way it's easier to be like, hey, this head's supposed to be this size, or it's supposed to be in that position. It's just a little easier to understand. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm glad to help, you know. I mean, this is stuff I've learned from other people. I know a lot of people are against, like, I'm not like saying tracing, but like doing anything like that. Like, oh, you shouldn't. I ran across some people that years ago, they were like, oh, you shouldn't even use references. And I'm like, yeah, that doesn't make sense. I love using references. That's how I do a lot of stuff here. Ooh, I don't even know what this is. It's an elephant I was working on, I guess. Oh, that's right. So I'm working on like a... It's too much like Phanpy. Phanpy's one of my favorite Pokemon. Phanpy and Magby. all-time favorites. I'm trying to make like an ice type fossil for my region. And this is just a quick whatever. I'm not using this because it looks too much like Fampy. But I try to go off of like, you know, for different regions and stuff, I try to make it match, you know, try to make it so, I'm losing my train of thought here, sorry. I try to make it make sense for the region. And apparently mastodons, I think it's mastodons or mammoths, used to live in Pennsylvania way back when, what, millions of years ago, I don't remember. Anyway, I'm just thinking here. I'm going to try to work on the fire starter. I still don't know what I'm doing for the fire starter. Because I want to make it make sense with the region. I'm sorry, I'm rambling a little bit. Sorry, I'm just looking at something. Trying to look up references here. Okay, thinking about doing like a, I don't know. Just trying to look at my old ideas here. That's something I struggle with too, as far as like, especially like starter ideas. Because I'll be posting them on like Instagram or YouTube. And I'm always worried about how they'll be perceived, and I think that's one of the reasons I haven't posted for such a long time. I just worry about what people think. But I can't worry about that. I'm just thinking here, sorry. Just thinking about what I'm going to do for the fire starter. Okay. like I'm lagging again. Why is it doing that? Wonder if it's coming through okay. Spent most of the time not drawing much. I'm going to be ending it here in a little bit, but I'm going to try to at least draw one Fakemon. Let's do the water starter. I kind of want to do like a salamander or what's called like an Eastern Hellbender. Maybe a beaver. I don't know. Kind of torn. Because I was also thinking about doing like a beaver water starter with like an engineer kind of theme. Might be part electric type or something. But I don't know. How would I go about that though? Maybe just, I don't know. Second, sir. Curly Rock Beaver. Yeah. That could work. I don't know. But what's it called? Bidoof and Bebarrel kind of do the same thing. A little bit. I think Bidoof is more like supposed to be like a groundhog turning into a beaver. Because I wanted to do a groundhog for the early route. Because of Pennsylvania. But I think Gen 5 already does that with Pat Rat, because a lot of people say it's a no, I think, what is it? Watchhog is a groundhog. And the whole beaver is already done by the, what was it, Sinnoh. But I might still do a groundhog, I don't know. Kind of torn about that. Because Pennsylvania has that whole Punxsutawney Groundhog Day thing with seeing its shadow and stuff, and I wanted to kind of work that in with the design, like it sees its shadow or something, or can use, I don't know, shadow attacks. But I don't know. That idea's been done over and over with other people's designs. So I don't know, maybe a beaver would work. I overthink things too much. I think that's part of the problem. It's supposed to be fun, but I overthink it. Kind of a split. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'd have to think about it a little bit more. I'm just looking through my ideas here real quick to see something to draw. Because I'm kind of getting artist block right now. Let me see here. I wish I could show off some of my other designs, but I don't have them on my computer. They have, oops. Like I have a Liberty Belt design. I wonder if I can get it on here. I don't think I can. I don't think I can transfer it over to this. What other designs do I have on here? I'm just looking for inspiration. I can show you what region stuff I have so far. Let me open it up here. Which one's my new one here? Is that it? Okay, I had to shift this over here to Photoshop here. There you go. This is what I have so far. It's not great. Yeah, I'm not the best at region designs either, but you know. Let me shut that off here. Hold on. There we go. It's not the greatest, but you know, barely done. The one thing I really struggle with is buildings. I'm really bad at buildings. There's like, I have an older one on here somewhere. No, I don't think it's on this. I don't know where to find it. But yeah, I have a weird idea. It's supposed to be based on Pennsylvania, but it's taking like inspiration from Pittsburgh. This is supposed to be like, you know, they call it Three Rivers, whatever. And the triangle in the middle where all the cities and stuff are, that's kind of what this is supposed to be like. And like on the sides and stuff, it's supposed to all be geographically based on Pittsburgh, but the region is inspired by all of Pennsylvania, taking aspects from that. So there's that. Let me find that now. Oops. 1 second here. Okay. Back to the starters here. I'm trying to figure out if anybody has any suggestions for fire starters for Pennsylvania-based region. I'm very much open. Because I am at a loss here. I was kind of looking for something that lives in like a coal mine, but not like a bat. I have a bat already for the region. Let me see your comment here. Hold on. That's a cool idea. Yeah, I tried that one time. I had this idea where I would like it would just, I think I mentioned this before, but like it would just basically be a non-existent area. But for me, that kind of had the opposite effect. Like I felt like it limited me too much because I'm not super creative when it comes to certain things, especially with region designs. So I thought maybe Pennsylvania would work, and I'll try to revisit that idea with like random island things in the future once I get better. Yeah, I had this whole story years ago where I wanted to do that. It would be like a more of a discovery kind of thing. You're discovering new areas and new mons and stuff. And I was going to do this thing where I would have the community kind of help name some of the creatures, some of the mons. But yeah, that's a neat idea. Let me look at your comment, sorry. Black sheep. Huh. Yeah, the black sheep. I like that's an I can work with that. I can try to see what I can do with that idea. Hi, how's it going? I'm doing well. I'm doing okay. Hope all's well with you guys. Yeah, I'm trying to get back into drawing again. You know, it's been a while. I posted some things on Instagram, and I had a shorts done a little while ago. Like almost a month ago. It was, let me look at those here. Just get those open. 1 second. It's these guys. I had this idea where I wanted to do like a California thing. Not like seriously. I'm not going to do a whole region, but I just thought, you know, try to do a California-based Kantomon. I thought it was okay. I think these are alright. Charmander's not my favorite as far as like this design. The original idea I had was going to be like the Charmander in this new region would live in like lava tubes or whatever they're called. I'm not too familiar with anything in California. But like lava tubes or lava beds or whatever they are. And it was supposed to look lonelier. It was supposed to have like a more sadder look to it, and like its tail was like being constricted, or the flame on its tail was being like enclosed, so it was like unhealthy looking. But I decided to scrap that idea and go with this. Oh, thank you. Oh, cool. Nice. Do you have an Instagram? I'm sorry, I can't pronounce your thing. MVR. Yeah, if you have an Instagram, I'll follow you. Unless I already follow you, I don't know. Sorry if there's a little bit of dead air here. I'm just looking something up here. So who are some of your anybody that's watching, who's some of your favorite artists? Doesn't have to be Fakemon necessarily. Cool. Yeah, that's what I did. I waited till I had more art to post, and I'm starting to try to be active again. Let me look that up real quick. Sorry, I'm just looking up your name here. Oh yeah, Tubbs AZ. Oh man, one of the best, man. He's awesome. I like Elite 4. I don't think they posted for a while. I haven't seen their stuff for a long time. I think they do a lot of like commission work for a lot of art for like videos and things though. I could be wrong. Oh yeah, Fungus, he's pretty good. I like Tubbs AZ. I like how do you pronounce this thing? He just posted too. He posted for his Australia based region. What was it? Fakemans? I think it's Fakemans. I think that's how you say it. Now, is it just one guy that does that? Or one person? That does Fakemans? I think it is. Sorry, let me look up your thing here real quick. Okay. Yeah, let me give you a follow here. There we go. Cool. Dude, I like your water starter. That's pretty cool. It was like a shrimp or like a... That's neat. I like that. Especially the final there. That's pretty cool. I like the background where it looks like notebook paper. That's really neat. I always struggle with that too, trying to figure out what backgrounds I should do. But that's really cool. Oh, and like little post-it notes. That's neat. Oh, dude, those are cool. For your what? Cyclone and Vortex. That's really neat. That's very clever. Kind of like inverse. One's like going up, one's going down. That's neat. One second here, sorry. Sorry, my chair keeps squeaking. Oh, it's your pseudo. Oh, okay, that's cool. I like some of your other designs too. Those are pretty cool. That's neat. That nothing but fuel. That's really cool. Yeah, your pseudo's pretty cool. What do they call it now? I think that the fan term is pseudo, and they call the like Nintendo has another name for it or something. I don't like it. I like pseudo better. But they have another name for it. I think it's like Powerhouse or something. Yeah, those are cool. I really like your designs. Just keep it up, you know. I'd like to see the new ones. Yeah, sorry, real quick. I'm looking at something here. I'm just looking at the old comments. I'm trying to catch up here. Yeah, I follow subjectively too. They used to have it, what was it? It was him and like I guess his wife, and then, and they had like other people at one time. I don't know if there's still other people on that channel, but when I first started watching subjectively, they had other artists. I don't know if that was like just an occasional thing, or if that's how they started out. But yeah, I like subjectively stuff. I think he's working on something else. I know he does like a lot of what do they call that? Like different kinds of designs that aren't Fakemon, but I like his Fakemon. Yeah, I've seen them. Like I've seen him on True Green 7. Um, and I think other stuff. I'm not sure. I don't really follow too many people, but they had like other artists on. I'm not sure who they were. A number of years ago. Yeah, I know I like his stuff. He has a knack for uh, character design. It seems like he's got plenty of ideas. Yeah, I like True Green 7. He's pretty cool. He seems like he's a nice guy. Cool. Yeah, I just started getting into his, what was it, the four artist thing. Those are always interesting. I always like to watch how other people draw their stuff, trying to get different perspectives on how they go about their ideas. I think True Green 7, didn't he just did a video with what was it, like submissions and stuff for like pseudos, and I think he did a few videos like that, like a couple of videos back or whatever. But those are fun. It's always interesting seeing other people's stuff. Yeah, it's always good to learn from others. Sorry. I was thinking about doing that, participating with his last one, but I just stuff got in the way. That's what happens when you get older, you know. Life has a way of getting in the way of the things you want to do. Oh well. Let's see, what did I want to do here? I do want to draw something. I don't know what to draw though. One second here, sorry. I think I'm gonna go with how do you pronounce your name? I'm sorry. I don't want to mispronounce it. But anyway, you're the one that, what was it, with the black sheep idea. I think I'm gonna try that. Try a black sheep. Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay, how about Max? So Max, yeah, I'm gonna try the black sheep idea. I wonder how I'd work with that. I don't know. Maybe something like what was your suggestion? Let me look. Yeah, I mean we got plenty of sheep here. We have all kinds of stuff. It's like you know, bears and deer, and where I'm from it's more woodsy, so it's like deer, opossums, raccoons, stuff like that. There's a I don't know, I'm just thinking here. Plenty of wildlife, but around this area you don't see too much. I mean, there's a lot of wildlife where I live, but you never see them. They're always hiding. Yeah, okay, I could try that. Let me try. Read that again here. Like a charcoal body. Maybe something like this here. Let's try with the small body first. Gotta add fluff to it. This is just gonna be like a side view, just so I have an idea of where to go with the design. It's not gonna be pretty. So I guess some sheep, or I guess most sheep, have their ears, they kind of hang down like that. I don't know what I'm doing with that. I'm just giving it a little fluff on its head. I don't think that looks good. Let me try something else here. Let's start with the basic shape here. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's a little black bear. Got a lot of those around here. I'm really struggling here. I'm just thinking of how I would go about the face and stuff, because I tend to make my first concepts and stuff that are usually pretty generic, but then I kind of add on to them and stuff. One tip I have for anybody watching, if you're drawing something, especially on the computer, I used to have a habit of just erasing things I didn't like just now. But a good idea would be to, if you draw something and you're like, oh, I don't like that design, it looks ugly or something's off with it, keep it for the future, just in case there's like something about that. Like maybe it's like, oh, I don't like the design looks ugly, or most of it's ugly, but I like this aspect of it. I like the ear, I like the I like how the body shape looks, so I'll just keep that for later, and I might reference that for a different design, you know? You say the wool. What did you say about the wool? Let me check here. Oh, is it really? Oh boy. Is it the same kind of bear? Can it be found other places? Is it like the same species, or was it like a different species of bear? Cool. I'll try. I'm gonna try both designs. I'm gonna do the fire. Or you know what? Like when it's attacking, maybe it could be coal, like a coal body, but like when it's attacking, it could turn into flame or something. Maybe instead of wool, it can be coal, like that. Oh yeah, yeah. That's what I was thinking. That's pretty cool. That's a nice idea. Try to make it make sense too, as far as the shape. I don't know if that makes sense if I do that. So let me try to line it up better, so it's not weird looking. Let me try this here. Mm. 1 second. Yeah, like I said, this is not going to be pretty. It's going to be pretty ugly at first, until I figure out what looks good. Yeah, coal mining, especially where I live and surrounding areas, uh, some years ago was very, very, very prevalent. It was very, it was like one of the main jobs around here, especially where I live. It was one of the only jobs you can get. It was at the steel mill. There's a lot of steel mills in Pennsylvania. That fits into the story too of what I'm doing. But yeah, I have like old pictures from my grandparents where the sky was just red all the time, and every time they go out to their cars and stuff, there would be like a fine layer of, I guess soot, probably soot, covering people's cars every day. It's not like that anymore. Steel mill's been closed for years, but like there's been several. There's still, I guess, there's probably some steel mills sort of open in Pennsylvania. And I think Pennsylvania is one of the only states, I think it might be the only state that has anthracite coal. And I think anthracite coal is one of those things that burns really, really hot. And that's over in, where's that? It's like middle of Pennsylvania. Yeah, I think you're right. That might work really well. I mean, I don't know. I think I'd rather just go with the just something a little bit more child friendly, you know. Although that's an idea. Let me see here. Oh, that's cute, yeah. That's interesting. The sneezing thing. That's pretty cool. I wish I was that creative. Maybe give it like a kind of a miserable look. Not a miserable look, but maybe kind of sniffly look. Like it just sneezed. I know this looks horrendous, but you know, I have a process. That's an idea. Little red nose. Can we try that? Do sheep have horns, or I don't know. I think some do. I don't think the horns would work though with this design. Yeah. Yeah, that's a cool idea. Dude. I would have never thought anything like that. I'm not super creative like that. But yeah, that's actually a really good idea. I might work with that. I'll try to see what I can do with that. Yeah, that's a sick idea, man. That's really cool. Yeah, fire steel, that might work. Huh, let me see here. Kind of looks too much like a dog. Let me try something else here. I know what sheep look like, but I need a reference. Look up a sheep here, so... Yeah, sometimes even if you know, you have a good idea of what something looks like, it's still nice to have a picture beside it to reference. Let me look up black sheep. And let me look up another picture here. I like to get both, like a side view and a front view. Oops, I need to do that. 1 second. I think that's good. There we go. Let's try that. Alright, let me try something here. I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Just lower the opacity on that one there. Just use that as a base. Might make it a little bit bigger so I can put more detail into it. Try to... Okay. Huh. I need to look up another reference here. What gen are they part of? Oh, 8. Just want to look at their designs just to see what how they look with the coal. I like really coaly. Just to kind of have an idea of how that should look. One second, sorry. Viking polar bear. I mean, that's a nice idea, but I'm doing more of a Pennsylvania-based region, and I want it to fit like modern Pennsylvania. But that's pretty cool. Maybe in the future I'll try something like that. Okay, let me see here. So... It's probably not going to look like this too much. I don't want to make it look exactly like roly-poly there. Just need to find a basic idea for how the wool's going to look. So it'll change a little. One second. Okay, let's see here. I'm gonna struggle with the face here. Sheep and goats, I guess, have like this weird eye, or it's like slanted or whatever. What would you call that? It's like instead of being like this, it's like this. Where are the ears gonna be? Maybe that's not the right head shape. Maybe that's throwing me off a little bit. Let's try something else. Maybe the eyes are in a weird spot. I don't know. I guess the eyes don't have to be like that, like this. They can really be anything. Not anything, they have to make sense. Maybe something like that. I don't know, we'll figure it out. I don't like that at all. Keep the wool, but I gotta figure out better head shape. And maybe making it round isn't the right idea, with the right way to go. Huh. Let's try like a... I don't know. It doesn't exactly have to look cute. It can look goofy. It's a little too goofy. My chair keeps squeaking, sorry. Sorry. What was your comment here? Yeah, totally. That is something I struggle with too. Sometimes when I try to draw an animal into a Fakemon, I end up making it look more just like an animal. Is that what you mean? Because I'll make it like, oh, this looks too generic. Like, to me, when I draw stuff, it looks too generic. And I have a hard time turning it into like a Pokemon-like animal or like character. Yeah. Yeah, some people just have a better time with stuff. You know, I mean, outwardly, you never, you know, sometimes people struggle with different things that they don't talk about. But, yeah, it comes with practice, you know. Something I don't have. I don't, I'm sure I'd be a little bit better if I kept up with this, but I'm just, you know, I've gotten lazy when it comes to drawing. I wish I would have kept up with it, but, you know, it's been such a long time since I've done anything. But, you know, that's why they say practice makes perfect, I guess. Or not perfect, but practice makes things better. So I just gotta practice, you know. I'm not sure where I'm going with this design. This doesn't... I don't know if I like the head. I can work with it. I don't know where to put the ears, but the nose is gonna look weird. Maybe the nose can go down here. It's a little too goofy. It kind of looks like, what's his name? The hippo Pokemon. Kind of like in that shape a little bit that I'm seeing now. But I'll work with it. I'll see if I can get something out of this. I don't know. Just trying to figure out where to put the nose. Yeah, that's one of my weaknesses. Rock types. I'm not really good at making rock shapes. I never know how to make the angles and stuff. As far as humans, though, I am horrendous at any kind of human design. It takes me a long time to figure that out. Yeah, rocks are my weakness. I'm very bad at rocks. I try to avoid rocks. And the human designs too, and I try to avoid those. That's why I don't draw trainers. I'd like to learn, but I don't know. Just time gets away. So I don't have time usually. Not like I used to. Not really sure what I'm doing here. Okay, yeah. Thanks for joining. Thanks for, your help with everything, and thanks for watching me. I appreciate your viewership and appreciate your support there. And I hope you have a good rest of your day. I might do one of these again in the future. I enjoyed doing this. It was nice to stream here. I'm actually going to start or get off here soon, maybe in about 10 minutes or so. Again, thanks for your help. Thanks for the suggestions. I think the legs are too long. Let me try something here. Yeah, maybe make the legs a little bit stubbier. Maybe give it like coal hooves or something. I'm trying to figure that out here. How do I make sense with that? Let me see. I think that's okay. Let me try this here. I kind of like that. I like the shape of the eyes there, but I gotta figure out where to put the nose so it doesn't look goofy. Maybe way down? No. Huh. Maybe maybe take the little hump out of there. Just make it look a little. If anybody's still on, I don't know if you guys lost me for a minute. I'm having some network problems here. I'm in the woods, so signal sometimes gets lost. I think it's still going. 1 second here, sorry. Hold on, I'm gonna test the mic, see if it's still on. Testing. Hold on, I'm gonna test the mic. I think it's okay. I'm just going to continue here for a few more minutes and I'm going to get off. Huh. I think it's a little too goofy, but I might work with that. And the head's kind of high up. It's got a big forehead. Thinking maybe I'll pick this up a different day. I'll stream again someday here. Maybe in the next few days. So for everybody that watched, I appreciate your you coming by and watching, and I appreciate any help that you guys and any suggestion you guys gave. I really appreciate that. And thanks for watching. And just let me save this here. That's saved. And I hope everybody has a good day and has a good rest of your week. All right, bye now.